And we are back. Good morning, team. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are all blessed and well. Liverpool won a game yesterday, man. Felt like the Liverpool of old. But some of the callers yesterday didn't say that. Some disagreed. Some or most agreed that Liverpool looked like a team yesterday. Controlled, looked like they were trying to be where do we need to be. Cal's in the building to discuss it in the morning. Cal, firstly, how are you, bro? Before we even speak about Liverpool.
Yeah, not too bad, brother. Not too bad. How you doing?
All right, man. As I said to you, no sun though, Cal, man.
I know, bro. This weather's killing me. I'm not gonna lie. I want a few days of good weather, but hey, we ain't getting that for a while.
Nah, no, I know, but I don't understand though. How to be fair, yesterday maybe around 2 o'clock, I might have seen the sun for a second.
Oh, I didn't. not where I am. I did. I don't know about you, bro. Not where I am. I didn't see no sun yesterday.
Nah, I don't know what's going on, man. I want to see some sunlight. I want to feel the rays. I'm not getting it. That's why I gotta take them vitamin D tablets. And I'm not saying pause, by the way, guys. You guys heard what I said, and I'm leaving it there. I'm not changing it. I am letting it land.
No, that should be a pause still. If anyone pauses that's crazy.
No, but some would say it. Someone's gonna say, "Yo, Ends, that was mad." Still,
hey,
yeah. Hey, listen. At least I added tablets at the end of it, bro. I didn't say.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, hey, listen. But big up to everyone in the building. I hope you guys are all blessed and well. As always, man. If you're in here, sit down, relax, grab a tea, grab a coffee. Me and Cal will chop it up for about an hour. Plenty to talk about, man. Liverpool doing what Liverpool do best, man. Still dividing the fan base, no matter what the result. Where should we start though, Cal? Where should we start? I'm thinking. Let's start with yesterday, Cal. 3-0 to the Reds. The Reds did their thing. But when I did the calling, it felt like everyone was happy. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like the conversations were good. No one was moaning, no one was crashing out. But I feel like we're in a stage at the moment where you can't trust this Liverpool team.
Oh, yeah.
From what I get from others and how I generally felt for the last 3-4 months. You don't know. You see a good performance, and you're like, please, this is when we turn the corner. And then we go into the next game, you're like, yeah, we're back here again then, guys. But it's a European night, clean sheet, Cal. Where's your head at with this one, bro?
I'm gonna be real, Ends. I went into this game really worried. De Zerbi's got a history of doing damage to Liverpool. That's the first thing. And the fact that Aubameyang was I thought Aubameyang would have started. Greenwood, obviously very dangerous. But I'll be honest, as far as European nights go, as far as performances and results go, that's about as perfect as you can get. 3-0 away from home, 3 goals, clean sheet. Could have even been more goals as well. Can't think of a player that played badly. I can think of, like, not to pick him out, but Mo Salah drifted off towards the latter stages of the game and stuff. But again, to be expected considering he just flown halfway around the world from the AFCON. Honestly, bro, just so many positive performances. And again, look, I'm not his biggest fan, but the manager has to get a lot of credit for that performance. Little tactical tweaks such as Gravenberch making up the third centre-back, which allowed Frimpong Kerkez to get forward a bit more. Kerkez locking up that left-hand side. Frimpong doing his business where he gets the own goal. Obviously, isn't credited to him, but he did all the work to get to it. Ekitike and Wirtz linking up really nicely. So Szoboszlai doing his thing. I mean, as a 10, we all rate Wirtz ahead of Szoboszlai, but yesterday Szoboszlai could have had 2 goals and 2 assists and a goal from the number 10 position. McAllister quietly went about his business. Virgil and Gomez, especially Gomez. Gomez has been in and out of the team due to injury. Gomez looked like it looked like the 2019 Gomez. Alisson, again, made some good saves as well. There's not a player who played yesterday where I go, everyone was on job yesterday. The manager was on job. And I'm happy, bro. Like, I'm looking at the Champions League table thinking, we're 4th. How are we 4th in this Champions League table? After losing to Galatasaray, losing to PSV. But bro, we can effectively finish, I think, as high as 3rd or 2nd in the Champions League or something like that. Bro, I ain't complaining, man. I was worried we wouldn't get automatically promoted through the Champions League. Now I'm looking at it thinking we should It's in our hands now, so we should be able to do the business.
Nah, you're feeling happy. Hey, I'm not. Hey, listen.
But it's been a while since we've been able to speak like this, isn't it?
Yeah, as I said, I heard the Cal said he reeled off everything. Don't worry, we're gonna cover all those topics. Cal mentioned everything we'll cover, but boy, it's the first time I've seen the man them with a bit of smile on their face, bro. Like,
yeah,
talking about Liverpool and not going, I don't know about this team still, man.
Trust.
Yeah, it's a dark little 2-1. You're like,
yeah.
I know how we escaped there, but we'll take the points and move and run with it. But did this 3-0 actually clarify anything for you?
Not long term, though. It can't clarify anything long term because this reminds me almost similar to the Inter Milan performance and similar to the Arsenal performance. The team had their back against the wall, and many people expect us to lose the Inter Milan game, lose the Arsenal game, and lose this one. But it seems as though when we're expected to lose, that's when we actually kick up again and we pull out a good performance. But when we're expected to win, a la Leeds and Burnley, we don't pull out the performance. So, no, long term, nothing changes with me. Short term, I slept well last night. I could scroll through Twitter before I went to bed and think, I ain't going to see something mad. I ain't going to see no mad opinions. I ain't going to get tagged in nothing crazy about Liverpool. So short term, good. Long term, I'm still where I was before. I still worry about qualifying automatically for the Champions League, for the Premier League in the top 4. I still worry about the state of some of the players and their mentality, and I still worry about why we haven't made any signings and why the manager's still here.
Nah, that's true. You know, I was thinking as well, though, Cal. I think maybe I asked you this question before, maybe I haven't. But in terms of when we're watching Liverpool at the moment, because we're so used to how Liverpool once was, there's a lot of comparison. And do we have to take a check now and go, do you know what? That was Liverpool of the old, and that's not the Liverpool we are now. So should we now focus on what this Liverpool could potentially be and going forward?
When you ask that question, bro, how far back are we talking about, Liverpool? Because remember, it was only last season we won the league.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say that was Liverpool of old, even though we won the league, right? You wouldn't have gone. You wouldn't have
talk about like Klopp. You talk about 2018 to like what? 2020.
Why would I go?
Yeah, it's in the good times. So like 2018 to 2022.
I ain't trying to go back to days when like we were just happy to draw it. Come on, bro. We ain't going that far back. We'll go back to the good times and compare it to now.
We may never see those days again, then. And there's nothing wrong with that because that was the peak for us. In the same way, Man City might never see that. Remember, that was Man City's peak era as well. So they might never see that. We might never see that. Arsenal have never seen the Invincibles again. I don't think we're asking for that, though. We're asking for high standards. We're not asking. We're not asking that. Those were elite standards. Remember, 97 points in the league, then 99 points in the league, 90-odd points in the league, winning Champions League, getting to Champions League finals. That's elite status. We're not even asking for elite status. In fact, no, we are asking for elite status, but we're also wise enough to know we can't get that every single season. But standards have to remain high. We're Liverpool Football Club. I'll keep on saying it.
I'll give you
As
that.
the fan base, we got to hold standards high. We can't be doing this. Oh, you're entitled because you want to win the league every season. No, that's what we were built on. So, in terms of will we get the old days back? Probably not, ends because one, there's not another manager like Klopp out there that I know of, and two, football's evolved. Teams aren't gonna give us that time and space that we had under Klopp at the beginning because teams know we'll absolutely put them to the sword if they do that. But what I do expect to see is consistent performances, good performances, especially at home. And I expect us to be always in and around the title charge. But that hasn't happened this season. So, and for me, and I know it's easy to say, but it's unforgivable given the resources that have been handed to Arne Slot, how we felt going into this season. For me, it's unforgivable. In the same way, Liverpool fans are sitting there cussing Man City going, how are you lot losing to Bodo when you've just spent all that money on Gahey and Semenyo? Well, how are we losing to PSV at home when we just spent all that money as well? So if we're going to hold City to those standards and we don't even support that club, can we hold our own club to those standards?
I feel like, no, you're definitely right in terms of the standards part. And I think that's something we've tried to uphold pretty much all season.
This season though, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to uphold it. But I feel like apart from the Klopp era, where it was we had a squad where you're thinking it weren't great, but they had some gems in there where you could utilize, and Klopp got the best out of them. Then he, through the years he built, got some better players in, and then we became this elite this elite mindset where we was taking the world by storm, and no matter who was in front of us, we'll give our best.
Yeah.
But the fan base was used to that in that moment. But if that was a short period in Liverpool's history over the grand scheme of it, long term, we've never been that type of club. We've never been that type of club that spent hell a lot of money. We did have some top players back in the day, but we weren't competing with no one really. So since the turn of actual teams to compete against, the fan base, from what I've seen, we've not gone, we should be winning the title. We never gone with that mindset. Maybe the fans that support Liverpool a hell of a lot longer than we have probably have that standards because they've been able to see like Rushy and all these guys, Kenny and all, where the standards were like, nah, we're gonna win European trophies all the time. We're gonna win the league all the time. But in our generation, we haven't been used to that.
Yeah.
So a lot of our fans are used to going, as long as we win 1 in like 2 or 1 in 3 or 1 in 4, as long as we get to see it, then we're all right. But now we're in a period now where we have to now because we've done all the groundwork. We've expanded the stadium. We've now built a great training facility. Yeah. We're now not adding gems where you have to build and coach it to be better. We've now added gems where they're ready-made. Isak, ready-made. Wirtz, ready-made. Frimpong, ready-made. Kerkez, you'd probably say he had the 1 season. Cool. We wanted to add Gay. He's already ready-made. He's an established international football player. And whoever else we now go after, it's not going to be that. Even Ekitike, maybe you'd say he's a gem. Maybe, he's not there yet, but you can see that the guy has it. You can see
of course.
He's got it. So now I think where Liverpool are, we definitely have to be a club where the standards have to be held high. But as I said, Cal, we're not used to having and being able to hold those. So that's why there's always been that conflict between some fans where you might come out and say, oh, we should be winning it every year. Some would be like, well, I'm only used to, I'm okay winning it once every 3.
Yeah. So
where's the standards then? That would be the conversation. Where's your standards?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can understand the conflict from that point.
No, you're absolutely right, Enz. And obviously, I mean, we've had periods of success, but nothing sustained. So obviously, Gerard Houllier brought us a good amount of success.
Yeah.
Then Rafa came in, brought us a bit more success. Then we didn't really see anything until Kenny come back. And then we had 1 trophy. And then after that, Rodgers, nothing. And then obviously Klopp come in and then Arne. What you're saying is spot on. Over the course of 35 years, we haven't been consistent in getting success. However, as you said, we've never been in a position to spend the money. We've never been in a position where we are that eye candy of a club where people go, oh no, I really want to go there. 10 years ago, we ain't signing Florian Wirtz. 10 years ago, Florian Wirtz and Isak aren't even looking at Liverpool. Ekitike and Kerkez, yeah, I think we could do that. Frimpong even maybe. But Ekitike, Isak, Wirtz, that ain't even happened. Maybe not even Leone, because other top clubs are going to be in for Leone as well. Gay probably not even in that shout as well. But I look here like this, Ends. When we're teenagers, we act a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And when we become adults, we act a different way. Not because we've grown up, right? Liverpool have grown up. So I can't act like a teenager anymore. I can't stay in bed till 12, 1 in the afternoon when I've got children.
Yeah.
I got to take them to school. I got to get back. I got to sort out stuff around the house. I got to get back. I got to do streaming with yourself and others. I got to then do school run. I didn't have to do all these in my teens, but why? I've grown up now. Times have changed. My life's improved. My life has changed. So I can't hold my standards to when I was a teenager. I've got to hold my standards to now. And I feel as though a lot of Liverpool fans are just happy taking part. And dare I say, Klopp, I don't think made that transition mentally wise, because he always saw us as the underdog. And at the beginning we were. But the moment the moment we won that Champions League, should have bought into the mindset of, oh, we're no longer the hunters. We're being hunted now. And we are not underdogs anymore. Can we go into games and be underdogs? Yes. But overall, no, we're not underdogs. And I think that gets lost with some people. I think last season, Arne Slot actually changed some of that mindset. And people were like, oh, no, we're not underdogs. And then in the summer, I was like, no, we're definitely not underdogs. So now I'm like, no, I'm not going to go back to being an underdog. Not when I've got so much great talent in the team. Not when I'm able to see performances last night and go, wow, we can do that. That's the standard ends. And again, for the league, in terms of winning it, you had to write off this season, which is terrible in January. Champions League, I don't believe we can do it with this current manager, but stranger things have happened. FA Cup, depending on the draw and how we navigate it, maybe. But for me, the league, we should have been doing a lot better this season. But in isolation, yesterday ends magnificent.
Do you know, you're right. In terms of, I'm just looking at as a collective, right, what this game showed us. As I said, I was only privy to the second half. So I was out rushing back to get back and then watch the second half. And I enjoyed that second half. So I'm looking at collectively what this game told me was Liverpool can play like this and create opportunities and actually look good defensively and also get the best out of the players within the lineup on a consistent basis. So why are we not doing this? Because it showed that we can do it. And that, I think, what's the theory then?
And not to change the mood, but the theory is Marseille came out to play against us.
You're Ivana with this one, yeah?
No. I don't side with Ivana here.
No, but he says he likes the teams that play football.
No, I don't care who we play because we've got enough players and good players, and we should have the tactics to navigate and negate what other teams do. But De Zerbi, he literally said in his press conference, I never go into a game not trying to win. And it was obvious. Marseille were trying to win. They were going at us. When teams do that, it leaves more space and we usually carve teams open. I don't think it's a coincidence that we played well against Arsenal because Arsenal didn't employ a low block. We played well against other teams who haven't employed low blocks. It's when teams go, all right, come try break us down and we're going to hit you on the counter-attack. That's when it comes unstuck. And for me, there's no excuses because Arne Slot should have figured that out by now. In my opinion, we have the personnel to be able to get through a low block. But I think games like yesterday, while they play into our hands, we still had to do our job. So I'm not going to take anything away from the manager and the players. But I think that feeds in a lot to why we were able to do what we did yesterday as well.
Yeah, I also heard a little snippet from what Gerard said as well. And he said Arne needs to stop mentioning about low blocks.
My manager.
Yeah, he said we need to. And I sided with him with that. And I sided with him not because Arne Slot just mentions it. I'm sure he has his reasons why he mentions it. But it's the fact that every time you mention it, I feel like it gives power to the other oppositions. If they then agree and go, oh, so it is still a problem then. Yeah. I think if you don't, it can be a problem, but if you don't mention it as a problem and you just go through the game and go, well, we didn't win today. I don't know, man. I feel like it will just free up teams might go, yeah, low block ain't their problem no more. They don't go into the game emphasizing on, guys, as long as we keep it defensively tight here, we'll stop them. And we know they get frail if we can stop them from creating the start. And then we can then spend 5-10 minutes attacking and we'll get something. And I agree. I feel like we just need to stop mentioning. Gerard said, look, it's always been that case against Liverpool. Even when he was playing, he said we had to play against low blocks. Fact. So it's not a new day thing. It's been there for a minute. But yeah, I wish he mentioned it yesterday in the press conference because I listened to the post-match and he mentioned it as well. And I was just like, I get it. Look, he has to mention whatever he feels is the reasons why Liverpool aren't doing well at times. But the more and more you mention it, I feel like you just give power over to the opposition because they then just can focus and hyper focus on what's going on. Like, oh yeah, look, they played against these guys, they struggled. And then they just go, right, that's the system to beat Liverpool. Yeah. I'm not saying if we don't mention it, it will go away and teams own. They're obviously smart enough. But I that's the way I just feel. If you just stop talking about it, I think it will go. But
I completely agree. You
mentioned the gaffer. Did the manager get things right yesterday, Cal, bro? Because normally get cooked week in, week out by the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, again, I've made no secret about where I stand on this, but at the same time, I'd never not be objective when speaking online or anything to do with the manager. When he gets it right, he gets it right, and you have to give him credit. Like, look, yesterday, bro, there was a reason why a lot of us were worried going into that game, especially off the back of the Burnley game. As I said, little tactical tweaks like Gravenberch. Gravenberch made up the third centre-back a lot of times yesterday, which allowed Gomez to shift over and Virgil to shift over, which allowed freedom for Frimpong and Kerkez a bit more. So Boslai was dropping deep into the midfield and helping to build up play. effectively had a free role, and again that also helps Kerkez because there's no one really getting in his way when he wants to maraud and get down the left-hand side. But allowing Wirtz to have more of a free role means he can link up and get close to Ekitike. Salah was pulling off good passes in the first half, which were opening the game as well. That's not a coincidence. That's tactics. And in the same way, when he gets it wrong, we're quick to criticize and quick to get onto him. Now, when he does well as well, let's have the same energy. When he does things right, let's have the same energy. Or otherwise, we're literally just pushing agendas, right? We're sitting there going, "Oh, he's bad at this and bad at that." When we're winning, when we're losing and drawing games, even when we've won certain games. But when we go out and put on a dominant performance like that, and again, we had a goal disallowed. Ekitike hit the post. We had other chances where Salah should have bagged the goal.
Yeah,
but yet we're still coming away 3-0 winners. The manager has to get credit. If you're not crediting the manager based on yesterday, then it must be hate that's fueling your heart. Because if Klopp's in charge of that game yesterday and you just swap them on the touchline, everyone's giving Klopp praise. So we should be able to hold the same energy and go, yeah, whether you're slot in, slot out, wherever you stand on it, let's give him his due credit for what he did yesterday, man.
Yeah, no, listen, I think you're right in it. You have to kind of give him the credit when he does well. When he doesn't, keep the energy the same, and I think that's only fair. It's only fair if you cook him when he does some crazy stuff, but when he does some good stuff, you have to give him his praise. And look, he's made us a lot more harder to beat. Don't kill me, chat. I'm just saying he has. He's made us. He's put us in a position where we can happily say, maybe not happily. I'll change that word just in case that triggers some people.
I was gonna say that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll change it.
Yeah.
He's put us in a position where we're unbeaten in 13 now games, and you can dissect it and look at it what way you want in terms of what does these games look like in terms of how many draws and wins are in there, right? That's down to you to do that. But yes, we're 13 games unbeaten. This is not when we was 9 games losses in 12. That's not where we're at now. Can it be better? 100%. But I think there's stepping stones in the right direction. Is he the guy to do it? We have to wait and see, man, what the ownership and what Richard and Edwards want to do. But at the moment, he's in a strong position to keep his job.
Absolutely. Wouldn't you agree? Not with us.
Not with the fans, but obviously with look, it is important what we think. Obviously, we're the fans in it, but at the end of the day, his bosses, is he holding the stronger deck of cards here with the owners? Because
no, absolutely not. He's going into, after this season, he'll have 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah,
not having a good season so far. Again, that could change between now and the end. If he wins the Champions League, then the whole conversation changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I have to see us lift big ears before we even have that conversation. We need to get into the quarterfinals and semi-finals and final. I still don't trust him long term, but I'm in the minority in terms of I would sack him while he's on a unbeaten run, because we can't use the whole 1 game and then he's out. Like, I don't think that's fair either. I think if there's an opportunity to go and get someone who I believe is a better fit, then you pull the trigger and go and get that person. If Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards believe he's still the guy long term, it concerns me a little bit, but there's not much we can do about that, is there? And again, Richard Hughes came under a lot of scrutiny and criticism, and if we're going to heap credit towards Slot, then, I mean, Kerkez is looking like money at the moment, Frimpong looking like money at the moment, like Ekitike looking like money at the moment, and so is Wirtz. So if we're going to give praise to the manager for yesterday's performance, do we have to give praise to Richard Hughes, who's come under scrutiny and criticism for the players he bought in the summer who are actually starting to look really good? I mean, Leone and Isak both picked up injuries, so they can't really do anything at the moment. But the other 4, I mean, does anyone have any complaints?
I don't think you have to ask the why.
I'll be honest, I gave Kerkez man of the match yesterday. I know some people gave it to Boz.
I did for the second half. I didn't, as I said, I weren't privy to the first half, but I did for the second half. I thought it was cold, man.
Oh, bro, that Kerkez yesterday, I was like, oh, yeah. You're wearing black and red again. Like, that was sensational left back performance. One of the best left back performances I've seen in a long time. No shade on Robbo or Simicast, but it's one of the best left back performances I've seen in a while. And I said so far this season, he's had 3 standout performances: the 2 Arsenal games, and then the one yesterday. But even again, bro, Frimpong. I've spoken on my concerns about Frimpong from a defensive standpoint. Yesterday, no issues. Going forward,
you get things wrong, Cal. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
even my gaffer Gerard, he pointed out a little nuance about I'm running with it. Yeah, I'm running with it. Yeah, I'm here. We're outside. He pointed out a little nuance with Frimpong. He doesn't just knock the ball. He does almost like a little shimmy, and then he makes the move, and the player couldn't get near him. And to think of some of the prices with fullbacks nowadays, his versatility playing right wing and right back, and in my opinion, his best position is his right wing back. Again, a very good bit of business. So, yes, we haven't started the season well, and I think that's mainly down to the manager. But I think this squad's showing that there is something in there, and then we could do something this season if he's on job.
No, I'm with you, man. Definitely, I want to give them the praise.
Also, let me shout out Cody Gakpo as well. Came off the bench.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I already know the players that cooked yesterday. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They listen. They'll get their flowers.
Yeah, they have to. Bro.
But the one I want to give some praise to first, man, is Joey G, bro.
Yeah.
And the manager did the same as well. To be fair, what I listened to him say, he said, "Look, he's had his injuries over the last couple of years. When he's been fit, he's not used him either as well. So that's obviously not good from the manager standpoint. But him just mentioning it and owning it then. But Joey yesterday, you know what it felt like? It felt like we had the old school, Joey and Virgil back.
18-19.
Or just covering each other. Whatever you need, I've got you, bro. Don't worry about it. I've got you. No one's going to out sprint us in behind. I got you. Virgil, when he let the ball roll under his foot,
Joey's there
covering, ready.
Yeah. I see Joey. We're up to a man at one stage as well. He's like, South London in the building, bro. What are we doing there?
Yeah.
That Joey yesterday. But let's be real, it's never been an issue of ability with Joey Gomez. Does he have lapses in concentration? Yeah, but so does Ibu, so does Virgil, so does Rudiger, so does flipping any centre-back. They all have lapses in concentration. There is no perfect centre-back. And even that, we have to get away from this notion that centre-backs can't make mistakes. They're footballers like everyone else.
Yeah, they'll make mistakes.
It's always just been an availability thing with Joe Gomez. It always has been an availability thing. If it wasn't an availability thing, he'd probably be England's starting centre-back. Like, in terms of quality, he can pass out from the back, good recovery pace, decent in the air, good strength, good reading of the game, aggressive when he needs to be, composed when he needs to be. Again, it's just the injuries, which is the conundrum. It's the horrible conundrum with Gomez, because you're like, do you keep him around knowing that you might not get the best out of him? But then if you sell him and he goes on and has injury-free seasons, and you're like, bloody hell, why did we do that? It's a tricky one. It's a conundrum with Gomez. I love Gomez, in it, especially him being from South London as well. Just an even more special feeling. But it's really difficult navigating with Joey, because you just don't know whether Joey's going to be fit for the next game or not.
But the thing is, once he is fit, I think you kind of have to use him. I think if you overly trying to protect him from an injury, that's when he gets them. Because that's when
you say he should take a party spot then.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to use him. There has to be a little.
I did their ends. I did an ends. I did an ends to ends.
You ain't trying to throw Konaté under the bus to big up Joey here.
I did an ends to ends. That's what I just
did. Listen, I'll let the chat decide, innit? I'll let the chat decide. What would they rather? But it's only the one performance. The one performance you looked at and gone, yeah. Because it was only back in the Southampton game, most fans were saying sell him. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? So different games holds different emotions and different opinions, and completely from that Southampton game. And it doesn't mean that he didn't deserve some criticism in that Southampton game, but it shows in it sometimes when a player's been out in the cold and they come back in, the expectation of them to hit the ground running and don't make a mistake it is a bit harsh. So, but I think we should just use him as much as we possibly can, and that means bringing him on in every game. Yeah. If we're winning, we're up, or you need something different, or you need to go into a back three, or you need to do something tactically. use him, because the longer we just hold him on the bench and use him, and I get it because we don't have any other senior centre backs there, so the risk factor is there where you're like, I could put him in and then he gets injured. Also, you could have him on the bench and then put him in and he gets injured. So
you might as well play him.
You might as well just play him. You might as well play him because he's a part of the squad and see. And I'm not saying, look, you need to give him like half an hour, 40 minutes. I'm just saying, if there's a game like the Burnley game, for an example, when you look like we have more of the possession, we could have put him in earlier and switched it to a back three earlier.
I hear it.
More players forward.
I hear what you're saying. The issue with what you're saying now, Enz, and again, not your fault. You said when we're winning games, how often have we been winning games and comfortable with a lot of time left on the clock to make any changes?
Or even if not winning, Cal, like we're backs against the wall, whatever it may be, Cal. Like even if we're drawing it and we need a goal, that opens up our formation to go right. I can then push the Frimpongs and the Kerkez further forward because I've got Konaté here, I've got Virgil here, and I've got Gomez here. I don't need you guys. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you. You're right. You're right. I hear it. I would do it as well, but I don't know if this manager will. I think with Gomez, what I'd like to see between now and the end of the season is him start games, but also if as you said, if we're winning games, actually take Virgil off. Like, one, get used to the team having to rely on Virgil, but two, also give Virgil some rest.
You have a problem with Virgil being 33, 34, innit?
No, I don't have an issue with him being that age. What was it? 31 minutes, 28 seconds. You done well, Enz. I was expecting some craziness beforehand, but you done well, bro. You done well.
He's saying the 33, 34 of Virgil shouldn't be relied upon. I think that was your statement.
No, that I agree with. I don't think we should be relying on any one player, especially Virgil or Salah. But no, I'd like us to have games where 70 minutes done with 3-0 up, and the manager goes, "Oh, Joey, yeah, Virgil, come, sure, man. You don't have to play every single minute of every single game." Again, don't see us doing that. But yeah, if Joey Gomez is available, yeah, we have to play him. Look, he can cover it right back, which means you could effectively push Frimpong further forward, and then you can go Salah a bit closer to Ekitike if Salah's on the pitch. There's so many different things you can do. And look, the versatility with Gomez as well is something that we've loved about him, and one of the reasons why, again, for me, he can cover centre back, right back, but he can also cover left back as well. So for me, again, if Gomez is fit, he's in the squad. We can't trust his fitness, for lack of a better phrase, and it's a shame because I think it's stagnated his career, and it hasn't helped Liverpool at times as well. There's an argument to say that season where we lost all of our centre backs after we won the league, if Joe Gomez is fit for that whole season, there's an argument to say we retain the league.
Do you see there's a reason why you need players like a Joe Gomez around, a utility player that can play across the back line? And I feel like sometimes, and I get it, look, his fitness levels at times have been in question. You know, sometimes there's an odd performance where you're like, "Oh, Joey, what's going on?" But I feel like you're underestimated a lot of times when you have players in your team that can play in multiple positions, which then alleviates any pressure for other players in the team as well, because he can come in and fill in wherever you need him to fill in. And then losing that, sometimes we won't, Cal, I told you, we're letting everything land today, boy. Let it land and let it go. But you alleviate all the pressure when you have a player like that. And sometimes when you go, let's just get rid of him, which is, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion and how they feel around the player. But that means you have to go out there and get someone that could not play in like 4, because that's unique to find someone that can play across the whole line, can play left side, right side, as well as both sides of centre back.
Yeah.
But you would have to somewhat go out there and get someone that can play at least 2 if you want to get rid of a player that can play 4.
Okay, let me ask you, Jens, because I've been quite vocal about this. I love Gomez, but I'd understand if the club cashed in on him. I'd almost understand if he wanted to leave as well to get more minutes, given the age he is and the fact that footballers' careers aren't long. This is going to sound really harsh, but I want people to let me land here. If Gomez is going to stay and be 5th choice centre-back, but also cover right back and left back as well, I'm good with that. I have an issue with Joe Gomez being our 3rd or 4th choice centre-back because he's not available enough. And if for me, if you're going to be a 3rd or 4th choice centre-back, you're not necessarily 3rd or 4th choice, you're 2nd choice centre-backs, because you always have to play with a pair. It's not like a striker where you usually just play with one striker, you're playing as a pair. So if in League Cup games and FA Cup games in the early rounds, and maybe even some Champions League games, you want to rotate out Virgil and Konaté for argument's sake, I need my other two to be available for most times of the season. So if Gomez is going to be happy staying and being that utility defender, fine with me. But then it means we have to go and get 2 centre-backs and keep Konaté. Otherwise, for me, we're going to just end up in the same position again, because this Leone injury, that can happen to any one of our centre-backs.
Yeah.
Anytime. Like we saw Virgil go out with an ACL in the season where we lost all of our centre-backs. If we're going to have one of our centre-backs do that, cool. Then you can't have another one of your centre-backs if you've got 4 who's injury-prone, because you're always going to be down to 2 at some stage in the season, sometimes even 1. So for me, if you're going to keep Konaté and keep Gomez and Leone, all right, if we're going to keep Konaté, Leone, and Gomez as one is needed, if Gomez goes, then you need 2. But either way, we need to keep Konaté as well. So, but for me, you have to have 5 players who can play at centre back. I'm not talking about Gravel or Endo. I'm talking about you need 5 players. I don't see Chelsea using Caicedo at centre back. I don't see Man City using Rodri at centre back unless there's an emerge. Even with all the centre backs they've got out, they still got Kusanov and they've just signed Gate. Chelsea, they've got 5. I think even Nottingham Forest got 5. Villa have got numbers there. So there is no excuse for us.
Done your homework there, bro.
Say again, sorry, bro.
Done your homework.
Yeah.
I
know. You have to, bro. Or else I get caught out, bro.
You wanted to prove that 5 the centre back theory that you had.
Yeah, bro. I'm always going to push that narrative. I am.
Listen, I hear it, man. We do need them because especially with our team, we just have bad luck in general. Like when everything's going nice and smooth, there's something that always tries to derail our season. But look, the Egyptian king was back. Cal, he was back yesterday. As I said, I didn't see the first half, so I don't know what his performance was like in that half. But I did see in the second half, and I'm not even going to speak on his performance as such. I'll look at the positioning, and I was like, I preferred him playing where he was playing than out on the right-hand side. And you've heard me multiple times mention, I think for Salah, for us to get more out of Salah going into the latter stage of his career, I think put him in closer to goal, maybe in behind a striker or as a striker with a double pairing, if that works.
Yeah,
we have to find a way to get the best out of him. But out wide on the right, for me, is not for him. And you could see with Frimpong there how much teams were nervous since Frimpong's been on that side. They keep talking about the speed and when he beats players 1v1, whether the cross is good, whether it's not. But he's got a few assists this season from pullbacks and crosses into the box, and he's got a couple of goals as well. Yesterday, you saw just all his work, to be fair. All his work. And if the goal, I think, came off the inside of the goalkeeper's leg. If he doesn't, there's players waiting at the back post for a tackle. Yeah. So, but yeah, Salah, man, back. What was your thoughts, man? He started the game as well, straight back into the 11, man. But where's your head at with this one?
Happy he's back. Commiserations, obviously, didn't win the AFCON with Egypt. Happy he's back. He kind of automatically was going to come straight back into the first team because doesn't trust Rio or Chiesa. But I'm like you. People see how a team sheet looks when the game starts. Doesn't mean you have to stick regimented to those positions. Like Wirtz is a prime example. I almost think yesterday we almost went with 2 10s. Maybe you could argue 3 10s with Wirtz, Szoboszlai, and Salah, but Szoboszlai was the more conservative of the 3 10s. The further inside, as you say, you play Salah and Wirtz, the more dangerous they are. The further out you play them, the less dangerous they are. Because what happens is Ekitike becomes more isolated, which means he has to do more as well. So it never made sense playing Wirtz and Salah wide and high and wide. It always made sense making them play tucked in, closer to Ekitike, close to each other, so they can get those patterns of play, those link ups. The goal that Ekitike scored that was disallowed. It was Salah who plays the ball to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai first time across, and then the ball's in the back of the net. Looks easy, looks training ground stuff, but because of their positioning, that's why they're able to execute a goal like that. So for me, again, Salah in the latter stage of the game really fell off and should have had a goal to his name. Even the header he missed, which was offside, he should have done a lot better with that. But you're seeing the benefits of having Salah in this team. Like, we've missed him from an attacking standpoint. We've missed him.
I'm going to let that land for a second, Cal.
Oh, you're going to say we haven't missed him because we're unbeaten, yeah?
That's not what I was going to say. But I'll let that land. You said we've missed him.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's a bad one still.
He said we've missed him. Nah, that's fair. Like, if you think that, Cal, there's no problem with that. No problem with that. I don't know if everyone would agree. Chat, let me know.
Where do you stand on it?
Look, no, I was happy that he's back in terms of we do need him a part of the squad. But in terms of, I'm not gonna pretend and like forget that, oh, he wasn't playing well beforehand, and that was the reason why he was dropped out the first team for a little bit or for the week, and then he crashed out. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, he didn't get dropped for no reason and he was scapegoat. Nah, that was never the case. He was dropped because of his bad form. And they felt like they had to do something different tactically, the manager, to try and get more at the squad. And it worked because we then, we went unbeaten, and obviously the results weren't that great, but it was still better than what it was previously.
Yeah.
Now we're in a settled moment with something new, and we look a little bit more resilient defensively, even though there's still opportunities arising, but we are playing against teams that can create a chance here or there. But we look a lot better where it doesn't look frantic all the time. Where before it just felt like the whole game we were just frantic. There was no control. So I feel like now you can bring him back in because it looks more settled, it feels more settled. And then now you tweaking his position, which I've said for ages, put him more inside because you'll get the best out of him there.
Mm.
Now it's good to have him back in there. Now I can understand it if he's in there. And yes, he should have done better with a header. He should have scored the goal when Gakpo played him in.
Yeah.
But now he's in good positions. And you're right. Him closer to the players allows them to play even better football as well, because he has got an eye for a pass and he will try it when needs be. But then he's closer to go to shoot. And you're not wasting his energy out wide trying to beat a player because he doesn't have that no more in his locker.
Yeah.
So I think it's right now to bring him back in is what I'm saying. Yeah,
completely agree. And again, we need him from now to the end of the season because that right-hand side without him looked like he tried a lot of players there and nothing really worked.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it opens a wider conversation what happens in the summer, whether we try and keep him and add another player or you move him on and bring in a replacement. But between now and the end of the season, we need him, and we need him to be as good as possible because he helps his team massively when he plays. And he still has that fear factor as well.
There's Frimpong though, bro, because I know you mentioned him, but I want to put them together. I want to put him and Kerkez together in this conversation. You had your doubts about Frimpong defensively.
Yeah.
Whether right or wrong, Cal, it is what it is. Well, right or wrong, you had your reasons. But between the two of them, they started off the season and everyone was kind of going, I don't know, Kerkez, and rightly so. Kerkez looked shaky as much.
Yeah.
Whether that was the way we asked him to play, and Arnold has to take ownership with that. But now, I would probably say, let's use the last 4 games for an example. I feel like they've now settled now into the team, and they now have an idea of what their roles are. Frimpong now knows I am going to be playing, even though I'm a right back, I am the right winger, right wing back.
Yeah.
Kerkez knows, right, and like he mentioned in the presser, to Gap when he mentioned about Gap, he said my job is to create space for Gakpo and get him the ball, and then it's down to Gakpo for him to decide what he wants to do with it. So he's now understanding his role.
Sorry to cut you. Kerkez spoke really well at that press conference, you know.
Yeah, he did.
I think we forget sometimes these are young men, innit? Like, not easy to speak at a press conference and express your opinions and your thoughts about football without getting clipped up or people taking stuff out of context. I thought Kerkez handled that press conference like an absolute OG. So he gets credit for that. But you're right, and I'm not going to hide it. I did have my reservations about Frimpong defensively. From an attacking standpoint, never was worried. I do think he's been thrown under the bus in terms of tactically. Both have actually parts this season. But since Slot has been a bit better tactically with some of his decision making and stuff, you've seen these players thrive, especially Kerkez. Like Frimpong was more a case of injuries this season where he couldn't build up any rhythm. He's obviously going to get a chance to do that now with Bradley being out for the rest of the season. Kerkez was always what's going on with Kerkez? Why am I seeing Kerkez in the number 10 position? Why am I seeing Gakpo getting chalk on his boots, but Kerkez is standing next to Ekitike. Whereas now I'm going, okay, this is the Kerkez we all saw at Bournemouth and went, okay, if we get this at Liverpool, we're cooking. And he's cooking. And he's looking like every bit of the left back who everyone said was the best left back in the league last season. I think that, again, I go back to the Arsenal game. I think him playing against Saka and playing so well in that game, and then when Madueke came on, I genuinely believe that's giving him a confidence boost. But if he continues like this, we'll have a gem of a left back on our hands.
That's a big. I'll let that land as well, guys, man, because I want to see how this pans out. I can't lie. No, but he is good though. He's shown that he can be good. To be fair,
yeah, he's quality.
And openly, he wasn't my first choice as well. Not because I didn't think he was good. It was just the way that I thought we.
I know it's your first choice, right?
Yeah,
I understand it.
Yeah, where we wanted to play, Cal. I thought that would suit our system. If you wanted a fullback that was going to invert and comfortable on the ball and be able to do the link up and run into those 10 areas, Ainor would been a better fit. But then now he's and these are the reasons why I said, like, why do we make things difficult for ourselves initially when we could have just done this from the start and given them time to really focus on what they actually need to do and get the best out of them, what their strengths are, instead of putting them in a situation where you're trying to change them as players, but they don't have the skill sets and what you're trying to change. You know what I mean? It's not like you can see there's an inkling of, or there's an idea of like, oh, he can understand and he gets this. They never had that. They're marauding fullbacks. They're high energy. They want to get the ball in the box. They just want to play little 1-2s and get in behind all the time. That's what they want to do. So you trying to put them into inverted areas and go, yeah, you run into the 10. I'm like, that's not them as players. They don't do that. I've never seen them do that. So for what reason Arne Slot decided he wanted to try that out, I don't know why. And now you can see that he's reverted back to actually using them in the correct way. And now you're seeing the best out of them.
Completely agree. Not just that as well. What you're saying about Ainor, I understand, but I didn't expect us to sign Frimpong and Kerkez and then expect them to play differently to how they are meant to play. So when we signed them, I was like, oh, it makes all the sense in the world. High fullbacks marauding, Salah tucks in, Wirtz in the 10, Gakpo tucks in close to goal, all around Isak or Ekitike. Yeah, we're laughing. One of the midfielders drops into the fullback position, so into the defense, so that Konaté or Gomez and Virgil can cover the wide areas of Leone as well. Or we could even go through at the back because they can both play as wing backs effectively as well. And you could go with 2 10s and 4 across the midfield. But again, we overcomplicated it. I still don't understand what Slot was thinking up until now. I still can't put my finger on it and pause and understand why.
Don't pause it, bro. I told you we're not pausing today. None of that. We're not pausing, Cal. We go the whole stream without saying it. Let's run it.
All right, cool.
Say how you feel, and then we'll let people decide.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a shame Slot didn't do this from the beginning because I think these two players are doing so far ahead now.
And then,
and I still do think there's a room for us to play 3 at the back some game.
I know you say it, man. I believe in it as well, Cal, but we ain't gonna. I don't think we'll see it, man.
No.
I want to see it, Cal. I honestly want to see it. I just don't know if we're gonna see it.
Let me ask a question. Who's in your midfield 2 if we play 3 at the back?
This is a difficult one, bro, because there's 3 I wouldn't leave out. Midfield 3, did you say midfield 2?
Midfield 2, because Frimpong and Kerkez are occupying the 2 wide areas, right?
You
then argue it's going to be Salah and Wirtz, or even Gakpo and Salah as the 2 10s, and then Ekitike or Isak up top.
You're right. There's 3 players I'd rotate. I can't. I'm being honest, bro. I can't pick between them.
Can I guess?
Go on then.
Sobbo, Graven, Jones.
Yeah, I can't pick between the 3. I think any combination alike would work. I think they're good in their own right and they offer something different within the team. But those are the ones. You need someone that's gonna not only help defensively, but you need someone that's going to be able to control the tempo of the game in the double pivot. You need that. So one either Sobo grabs or grabs and Jones or Jones and Sobo, either combination for me. That's what I'd run if I'm being honest.
Yeah, not mad at that.
What about our boy Eki then, man? He played in the second half. He should have scored that one when Sobo slipped him in.
Yeah.
Should have scored that one. Didn't see the first. He got the offside goal. I love the celebration, by the way.
Yeah, celebration.
Sobo was cold still. But he's such a good player, man. But he didn't get his goal, man. It was an off night for him.
No, if that's an off night, then bloody hell. Like, he just, the finish again hits the post. I don't think he has to thrash it with so much power. I think he could be a bit more delicate with the shot, and it goes in. The offside, again, there wasn't a lot in that. I can live with that. He was linking up well. He was battling. He was occupying their defense. Like, I think I still gave him a 7 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10 for his performance yesterday. To get that as a striker without getting a goal or an assist, again, shows how well he played. He just didn't have his. I mean, we can't even say he didn't have his shooting boots on, because one of the shots ended up in the goal. He just wasn't as clinical as we'd want him to be. But he's what, 22, 23? This is the reason why we bought Isak as well. Because again, no shade to Ekitike. If Isak's in that game yesterday, I think Isak does grab a brace. But at the same time, I don't know if Isak links up as well with Wirtz and Salah as Ekitike did in the first half. So again, it's that luxury of having both players. But as of right now, we only have Ekitike available. I'm glad he got substituted off and got some rest. But the guy's quality, man. Like, he's absolutely brilliant. And I'm so happy we bought both strikers. Like,
yeah,
we've got players for now. Like, he's not even it's weird because we don't think about Ekitike as a future because he's doing so well now, but he is the future as well. Like, this is probably the healthiest we've been striker-wise since we've had Suarez and Sturridge at the same time.
Oh, you don't think when we had Nunes as well? I tried to trigger him, chat. I tried to trigger him.
You glitched.
I tried to trigger him. He didn't bite. He didn't have none of that.
I'm precious listed today, bro. I'm on my grab turn today.
Okay. Oh, he's to receive it and drive with space. Nah, fair. No, but you're right. In terms of, it was encouraging to see that he was getting opportunities. And that was one of the things, man, I dislike about our teams at times, that I don't feel like we give the strikers enough opportunities where you should score. Or you got to score. There's not enough of that. It's like, I can see why he didn't get the shot off there. I can see why that was blocked. There weren't a clear-cut enough opportunity. But that was the encouraging thing. Even the one on his left foot, I think it was McAllister that slipped him in and then he hit it. That was a corner, by the way, because it was a good save.
Yes. I'm glad you spotted it. I said that in the watch long. I was like, what a save from the goalkeeper. Do you know another thing as well, Enz? Maybe I'm in the minority saying this. His decision-making from the beginning of the season to now is improving as well. For him to improve so quickly in such a short space of time is scary. His trajectory is scary, man.
That's probably why Isaac said, bro, I need to play, bro.
Yeah, and look, I know I triggered people. Was it last week we did a show, Ends, where I said about what I said?
Yeah,
it was never from a place of I don't rate Ekitike. It was from a place of I rate Isak extremely highly, and Isak's got more of a catalogue to go on right now. But Ekitike, if he continues like this, Isak, brother, he's going to get his chain snatched. But I like it. I want two hungry strikers in my team who go, if we play together, cool, we got this. But if I'm on the bench and you slip up, I'm taking your chain.
I'm taking that spot. That's mine.
I love that. It's what great squads are built of, knowing that you can't relax. Because if you relax, there's someone else waiting to take your spot and go, you relaxed. You're sitting on the bench for 3 games now because I've just scored a brace today and I'm going to grab another goal next week with an assist this time. Don't want automatic starters in my team anymore. Don't want it.
I know, because I know Isak's probably going, when not only the injuries obviously are going to be affecting him mentally, going, bro, this is not the star expected to be at Liverpool. That's not. But then you're looking at this hungry youth that you're looking at him and go, you have to look really deep to see like errors in his game, bro. Like Ekitike's game. The only thing I always know, I think his hold-up play could be a little bit better. at times. No, you know when he's back to goal and then we ping it up to him, I don't really see him win those headers or compete well for those ones.
I disagree. I think it's hold
Nah,
up.
Cal, bro. I'm not. Listen, I hear it, but I don't know, man.
But we're not asking him to do the Drogba thing of knock on headers.
Nah, don't do that. I didn't say he needs to do Drogba. I didn't mention
you just said
Drogba
headers,
once.
bro. You just said headers.
No, but if the ball goes up to him, if you're
you
being
want big
honest,
man, you want big man, little man, Sutton
yeah,
and
if you're
Shearer.
being
That way.
honest with yourself, when the ball goes up to him, you be like, he could have done better with that. Like, could have held that a little bit better. But I'm talking about when it goes into his feet and into his body, he does well. But I'm talking about when he goes up and he has to compete.
Okay,
that's a little error in his game.
I think you're being a bit harsh, but yeah, I'm used to this.
I'm picking one thing.
You don't rate him as you should.
You know what? The next game, I guarantee you, we do that. We're gonna kick it up to him, and you're gonna be like, Enz did say this. What? I promise you.
I never admitted though. I'll send it to you privately. I'll send it to you privately. I never admit on the stream.
We do the LFC focus most weeks, every week, so we'll be on stream together again, and I will bring it up. So if I see in the game, I will bring it up. So I'm just letting you know I am going to bring it up. If
I know you will. I trust me. I know, bro. I know.
I like him, man. But what about this fella here, man? I don't know why he looks like. Was it the clown movie? If you've not seen it, he looks. If you painted his face in this picture, he looks like him. Chat, let me know. But what did you think about his performance yesterday? Because I didn't hear that he had a good first half.
Oh, I don't think he was. I think again, I thought he was very good. I had one crash out moment with him. I think it might have been Ekitike did some really good work on the left hand side, gave him the ball, and if he just takes a touch and shoots, he probably scores or at least tests the goalkeeper. But I can't emphasize how nonchalant he was with his touch, and I was crashing. I was thinking, bro, you are Wirtz, bro. Don't do that crap round there. But bro, like again, ball retention good, battling good, passing good, like decision making good, intelligence good. The guy's just he's quality. Like for all the people that were doubting him, I mean, I'm surprised he was being doubted so early in his career, but also. You know when a player's doing well? When rivals stop saying anything about it.
Yeah.
I see rivals tweeting and mentioning it in streams now because it's starting to get a little bit techie for them because they're starting to see that, yeah, this guy we're taking a mick out of, he's got that quality. That's why they paid the money for him and that's why they put so much hopes on him. And that's why he's wearing the number 7 shirt, the iconic number 7 shirt for Liverpool because he is that guy. And again, the better the tactics get with him, the better he performs, the better the team performs. And there's an argument to say, along with Szoboszlai, is one of our most important players in terms of just bringing that comfort and relaxation to the midfield and just knowing that you can give him the ball, it's going to stick and he can get it to another player as well. It's quality, man.
Nah, he is. Big up. See, but he does. That's what I'm saying. He does. Big up, guys, man. I wasn't crazy, bro. Pennywise. Bro, look at this picture. And I promise you won't. And if you go and look it up now, you won't forget it.
Pennywise is insane.
Nah, but even a turn in the second half when he fake shot and then drove into the box. I'm like, and then he flicked it to Ekitike. He then set it outside. And I'm like, bro, the guy has it. And he's only going to get better and better from where he is now. He's only, but yeah, the left-hand side though, Cal, for me, we need to take him off that side, bro. Like, we need to get him playing more centrally.
Okay. I agree. But as of right now, it might be the best option. As of right now.
Sounds like you got some bias about to say some stuff.
Nah, you're not gonna make me trip up here, bro. I told you I'm
grabbing. Nah, you sound like you. So what? Why? Let me ask you. Why can't he play? Why shouldn't he play more inside than on the left?
Because I don't think we have a natural DM in there, and I think Slot's tactics don't allow us to play with a 10 effectively. So him playing there means he's going to have to be doing as much running backwards as he will going forward, which won't allow him to have more of a free role because we don't have Salah and Gakpo who press very well either. So I think by him playing out there, one, it allows him to have a bit more of a free role because Kerkez can handle that side for himself. Also allows him to drift around the pitch and pick up pockets of spaces that he won't be able to in the 10 because we don't have a DM or have that player in the midfield who can, apart from Jones, who can make those high-level progressive passes into him. So I think he may be playing out on the left from now until the rest of the season. I still want to see him in a 10. I think he does his best work in a 10. But until the tactics are right, I don't think we see the best of him in the 10. So up until then, we may have to just bite the bullet and see him play on the left, which also allows us to rest Gakpo. So it means Gakpo can play on the left and he can also play as a striker as well.
Oh, you did come prepared today, bro. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah. And big up Gakpo for his goal yesterday. Come off the bench, should have got an assist. And then
speaking about
finish.
him, let's go.
Look at that. Look at the synergy. Look at the synergy.
Hey,
Cold and York. Do the celebration. Do the celebration.
I tried to throw you somewhere, Cal, because I knew we had the next. But you dodged that bullet so quickly.
Yeah, I told you I'm grabbed today, bro. I'm grabbed.
Nah, keep doing your thing, bro. I hear you, man. But nah, look, the worst nightmare for the agenda-driven Gakpo stuff was him coming on yesterday and scoring. And if we're gonna be honest, he should have got an assist for Salah from Salah.
Absolutely.
And then he went on the outside, guys. No, he didn't do the Cody cut.
Yeah.
He went on the outside and put one into the box, and no one was there to get the tap in, bro. Everyone was standing waiting in the shadows. Nah, big. Do you know?
I don't think anyone has it. Me personally, if we bought a cold left with, all right, shamelessly, I think Nico Williams would be someone we could go after and get. If we were to buy Nico Williams and Gakpo was the rotation option with Nico Williams, I personally don't think anyone's moaning and complaining about that. I think everyone's going, "Oh, we actually have proper depth there," and it means Rio can still develop at his own pace without us going, "Why isn't Rio playing?" or "Why isn't Rio up to the standard of Ronaldinho right now?" Even though he's got great dribbling, I just think it takes pressure off and it allows Gakpo again. If there's an injury or a suspension with Ekitike or Isak, you can go, all right, Gakpo can come on for the last 15, 20 minutes.
No, listen, I think that's what it is. I think when we get too much of Cody, people lose their mind. We have to get Cody in drips where you're like, oh, he's come off the bench. Oh, he started 3 games. Oh, the next guy has now started 3 games. Okay, he's come off the bench again. And I think that's what we were used to last year. So we didn't have an issue as such, because the moment one of them stagnated, which was Diaz or Gakpo within the games that they were playing, then the next guy would come in and light up the place. And you're like, okay. But where we haven't had that this season, you've been able to just isolate Gakpo and watch everything he does and just get, I'm just getting pissed off with this, because all he's doing at the moment is cutting inside and getting shots away. And that's just his game. He did that last year as well. That's what he was doing. That's how he scored a lot of his goals. But yeah, we're not used to just seeing him play week in, week out. But there is a space for him, man. Clearly the club thinks that he's going to be here long term. That's why they offered him a new deal. Yeah. So we have to kind of just get used to he is going to be here.
And the same note, maybe we gave him that new deal to protect his value as well, because
that's true.
He did come out and he's quite open saying that Bayern Munich were in for him, but they chose Diaz instead. He never said that he shut it down. Like he was quite open with it, saying like they chose Diaz instead of me.
Hey, listen, man. Who would you rather them choose?
I can't make that decision.
No, you can. You have an opinion.
Honestly, I don't know. I know people would be based on revisionism. The reason why I wanted to keep Diaz is not only did he cover left, but he covered in the same way I wanted to keep Gomez, is because he covers the whole front line. He could play as a false 9, he could play as a right winger, and he could play as a left winger. The moment we were signing Ekitike and Isak, I thought it's going to be hard to keep Diaz a bit even more so. But to be honest, the issue isn't one of them going ends. It's that we didn't replace the player. So, because I genuinely believe we'd be sitting here in the same situation if Diaz, because again, the revisionism with Diaz is that Diaz never missed a chance. He always beat his man dribbling and was always pulling out 9 out of 10 performances. There was a lot of the fan base that were frustrated with Diaz, even last season when he went on a drought of not scoring or assisting for a long time. So for me, it worked well because we had both of them last season. They were rotating, but also Diaz played false 9 sometimes. For me, the issue wasn't just selling Diaz. It was we didn't replace him. If we'd went out and got a Rodrigo, I don't think we're sitting there going, oh, why did we sell Diaz? I don't think we're sitting there stressed over it. I think we're going big up to Diaz because he's doing his thing over in Germany, but we're all right. we've got what we've got.
Nah, fairs, man, fairs. And I think last question before we head out, and guys, straight after this, I'll be redirecting you guys over. We'll be doing the LFC focus on Kop-ish. Cal's being not want to be there. He said he had better things to do. So
Raw.
We'll be there.
Raw. This is insane work.
Listen, I have to say something because you've been sidestepping and spinning in my midfield too much today, bro. So
you saying you just left the late tackle.
You got something. You got to slow down the midfield. You can't have.
I hear it.
You got to put a tackle in somewhere.
I hear it.
But what did this win answer for you guys? Chat, I want to know what you guys think as well with this. What did this win open up, or what answers did it give you? Where's your head at with that, Cal, in terms of just this isolated win?
I think it actually puts a bit more pressure on Slot because
it
makes people go, oh, we can do this. We're not just crap. We can pull out these performances. So now there's going to be that pressure to do this on a more consistent basis. Bournemouth's going to be a tough game. But like Marseille, Bournemouth don't just play a low block and hit you on the counter-attack. Bournemouth try and play football against you. So dare I say it, going into a Bournemouth game after this game is probably more beneficial than going into a game against a Burnley or a Leeds who are going to play a low block. So I know Bournemouth are a better team than Leeds and Burnley, but in terms of a stylistic matchup, it may actually be better for us. So the expectations for me going into that game is higher than it was going into the Marseille game because of that win.
It's going to be interesting because it's going to be not even two different styles. I think most people go, yeah, Bournemouth are going to play a low block. I don't think they press well and they transition really well up the field. I don't really look at them as more of a low block style of team. I think they try and give as much as they get in terms of the way they play. I'm happy Semenyo is not going to be there, but I'm sure someone else is going to find a way to cause us a bit of issue. That hurts me now, man. Semenyo is not in red, he's in blue. It is what it is. Just have to move on and get over it, I guess. You know, some of us wanted him and some didn't. It is what it is.
I see what you're trying to do again.
Why are you laughing?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Now that Semenyo's gone to City, who's the left winger, bro?
That we can get. That we
need to go and try and get.
My honest answer, Cal, is I do not know.
I know it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because I just mentioned Nico Williams, for example, and the chat weren't happy.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think a different environment, man. He should have went to Barca, but he didn't. But it is what it is. I don't know, bro. I'm sure there's plenty of names we can all throw in the hat and pick from and go, yeah, this is the guy that could suit it. I'm always trying to think if we're going to sign a player, looking at the style of football we're planning to play, you're probably going to look at an isolated 1v1 winger. You need someone that can go on the outside and also down the byline. You're also going to need someone with a bit of trickery as well, because we're going to be playing against low blocks 90% of the times, apart from the teams that want to actually come out and play, because most teams think that's Liverpool's kryptonite, which it is at the moment.
Yeah.
So you have to get a player like that. So who's got that? You also have to get someone that's got a bit of pedigree about them, that they've played in the big games and showed up in the big games as well. So when they come in, they add an extra bit to our team. And then go from there. I think you go from there for me personally. And who that name is, I'm not sure yet.
I agree with everything you say. I do look at someone like a Nico Williams, and I do think sometimes the environment gets the better of a player, and he's not really been able to kick on. And I don't think he would have a high. I know his release clause, I think, is 100 million euros for other Spanish clubs. I don't think that's the case for teams outside of Spain.
Yeah.
For the right wing, I think we've both made it clear we want to at least say at Liverpool, right? So that's not a hard one for us to speak about. The left wing, though, I'm seeing Diamonde, Barcola, Fofana. Like, there are players out there. There's Antonio Nusa as well, who's having a decent season. Had a really good game at the weekend as well. it's just there isn't a standout name that like with the right hand side. The standout name is Elise. Like if you give me the keys to City, I sign Elise tomorrow and I don't look back. I just don't know who for the left wing though. But we have to get someone.
I think maybe that's a good. Maybe we need to look at something like that and speak about. Maybe get a collective, maybe 5 wingers, 4 wingers, 3 or something along those lines, and then comparison, and then see how that would fit in our style. If Arne Slot is going to be here long term, we know he's got one. If Arne Slot, I'll say it again, Cal. I don't need a face.
Yeah.
If Arne Slot is going to be here after the summer,
bro.
Yeah, no, you do that. After the summer, you're going to have to look at a player that will come in and fit his style and how he wants to play. Because we can't just go and throw in any winger in the system. Especially if he's thinking about moving Salah more as an inside forward. That means he's going to use his fullback.
If Slot stays, Salah gone.
But do you see what I'm saying? Because if he's going to use Salah more as an inside forward now and free up the wide areas, and Wirtz is going to be his left winger, but he's more freedom to drift inside and then it frees up the fullbacks to do. They're going to be offering up the width. Do you know what I mean? You have to always take these things into consideration when you're trying to throw wingers out there.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? Is that winger going to be comfortable making runs on the inside?
Very true.
Is he going to be good in tight spaces in terms of when it's congested in the middle, not out wide when he has the line behind him, and he also can, then he's attacking the guy straight on?
Yeah.
So these are things we have to look at for these wingers. If the manager is thinking about, this is the way I want to play. If he's thinking about future-proofing and going forward, and Salah isn't a part of the plans, and whoever else may not be a part of the plans going forward, then you could probably look at a winger where he might need a winger.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that looks like, man. I leave that down to you guys, man. But Cal, appreciate you, man, coming in and having a conversation with me, bro. And well done today, man. Press proven, man. You were moving good still, I can't lie.
The pleasure's all mine, brother. As I said, you're one of my favorite content creators to work with, man. So it's always a pleasure doing this, man. And yeah, as I said, in my opinion, the most underrated content creator is someone who puts streams together very well. I know people will watch a stream and just think, oh, we're just talking. The work we do behind the scenes in order to prepare for a stream and all those things. I know what goes into that, and you're one of the best in the game, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Well, guys, listen, the content doesn't finish here, man. It doesn't. We're gonna head over now, and I'll be over there as well.
I think Drift's starting the show at 12:30.
Oh, is he doing it? Okay, so in 8 minutes. Then.
So no, 12:30.
Is that what time is he? Is he changed it to that? So that means we can get the other stuff then, Cal.
Yeah. Pause.
Okay, there you go. Then you ain't running, Cal. Why are you running? But listen, guys, I haven't got anything else planned for the day. I do have my match reaction out. If you guys want to go and watch that until the LFC Focus show is on, let me know your opinions, your thoughts in the comment section as well. And just stay tuned, man. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff I schedule up for you guys to be able to watch as well. And in the description, obviously, you got the link to Kop-ish. I'm sure you've heard of them, but it's in the description as well to go and support the guys. They're at 40K now and climb into that 50K next target and then upwards from that point on. So make sure you're supporting, man, as much as you possibly can so you don't miss any of the streams as well. Bournemouth on the weekend, well, I'm sure there's going to be videos out for that and where we have the conversation. Can Liverpool continue what they've been doing or not? Let's see, man. Can we stay unbeaten? That's the main focus, man. 13 unbeaten, 3-0 win, and we move. In the words of Matt, peace out, people.